My name's Sterling Carl Tucker. I'm the godly, glorious, gorgeous genius guru, individual that's on a mission to make EGOD Technology Corporation or bring it into existence. You know, like, I don't want to specifically make it. All the innovations, such as collision prevention systems, and summarize that in 2 seconds. It's making our current vehicles unable to collide with each other. It's hooking up cameras, adding just sensors. Cameras, it's a type of a sensor. Anyway, sensors onto the car so that the computer can monitor if a human's input is going to cause a collision. And if it is going to, it will not execute that. It will not cause the collision. It will not kill, the car won't kill somebody, and it will dispatch the police. So anyway, that's the concept behind collision prevention systems, which is what I'm starting, or what I'm on a mission to bring into reality. Like, not myself personally, like I said, I don't want any money from it, none of that. It's just required for our species, and the most intelligent investment of someone's time and life that there could be. It saves 135 million human lives per century. 1.35 million humans per year splatter. And I say it like that because when somebody's killed in a car collision, they splatter. It is unimaginable. It's so much worse than war. And 1.35 million people have that per year. And the worst part is, those 1.35 million that died, lots of them happen in the middle of the night. They roll on, and nobody saw it. Nobody finds out till the next day. And they laid there for 12 hours screaming as the coyotes came in. And anyway, and I won't get into gruesome details like that. It's just important that people remember reality. I don't know what's wrong with this world, that they don't like that I'm a realist, or that anyone is, they don't like realists. And what's a realist? It's someone that believes, or whose philosophy and words are congruent with actuality, what you can see with your eyes. Like, for example, my take on Satan being God. Look at, people can look, who else would make the lions that grabbed the little baby deer at their legs and freaking, anyway, and it was actually agency. They did it themselves, to each their own. That's always been the cardinal rule of conscious existence. But when one becomes harmful to another, well, that one is removed. But in the removal process, it's educated. Because hopefully it doesn't have to be removed permanently. Like, people have all heard of Judgment Day. That's absolutely correct. You are living in a computer. You are a computer. And when you are finished with your human computer there, you will transfer somewhere else. It's a law of energy. Everything that exists is energy. So your consciousness is energy. And it cannot be created or destroyed, only changed in form. So anyway, it just transfers on to somewhere else. And so it's important that people understand that's not religion. That's common fucking sense. Like, that's logic. It's common, like, you could do the conscious process to see that that's unquestionable. Here's another classic example. When you go to sleep or whatever, you're not in the same body. You're not, like, in your dream, you're not in your human body. Anyway, so it just further proves how, to the trippiest level, that we are living in some sort of an electronic, which is a simulator. I mean, like, that's what our dreaming is. Our dream is simulation, right? But we're existing in that simulator. Where we dream is also where we exist in. It's all the same electronic. It's called space-time. It's really trippy, though, because what's the trippiest thing about everything? So, like, yes, we have matter here, right? Like, all the solar system, everything that we can see, right? But on the very outside edge of that, it's literally nothing. And that's still debated right now, but it won't be long-term. I mean, everything is headed in a specific direction, and eventually, I mean, it's headed for a clearing so that specific particles can be removed. Like, we're physicists. We have been from the beginning. A consciousness is a physicist, aka understands if-then, aka what happens. And it's so weird that I'm in a species that's supposed to have that present, but it's not present. For example, Who's okay with attacking the American families over lettuce or the equivalent, which is cannabis? Anybody that's okay with that, well, you are, by every definition, a fucking Nazi, wannabe. And I mean, I won't elaborate on anything like that. It's such a sore subject. And I think it's important that people do away with labels, like, because of the anti-Semitism, they call it, or whatever. And I agree with that. That should not be. Like, I think that what happened with the Nazis is the most fucked up, messed up, unjustifiable, twisted shit that's ever been. Anyway, and that the children of Israel, the Jews, deserve 1,000-fold made up for that. That's fucked up. Anyway, but at the same time, nobody's got a license to murder and genocide, and I shouldn't even talk about that. I just want to talk about technology, because that's the only thing that's going to get the attention of the people that I need, which is Elon and such. I mean, he needs these things. They're required for sustainable transportation energy. For example, long-term moving in the direction of having the roads be the energy source instead of putting thousands of pounds of batteries, making the vehicles not collide so we can make them out of styrofoam instead of steel. Like, how's that for manufacturing costs? And common sense logic. If you're going to have two humans colliding in an object, do you want that object made out of steel or styrofoam? Well, if they're going to be colliding, styrofoam, obviously. It bounces. I mean, with the correct materials. It is not the same, and it does not have the same weight, the same mass, the same energy requirements. Anyway, it's really important that the way that transportation is being approached is totally revolutionarized. If that's the word, right? Said right. Anyway, yeah, because existence is whatever we make of it. The dinosaurs failed to understand that. That's why they're extinct. But I love the Velociraptor's claw. This reminds me so much. Does this not look like the Velociraptor's claw? It just looks just like it, but it's actually identical, and I've shown this before. But to, here it is, a bear claw. Like, I mean, it looks like almost the exact same. And I think that's cool because, I mean, everything in existence, like I said, I'm a realist. I live in reality, which is where I'm in the animal kingdom, which means that absolutely demented evil shit will try to destroy my life and murder me or do worse than murder to me if I do not protect myself and my constitutional rights. See, I have a constitutional right to pursue happiness, and anybody trying to impede my rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, aka whatever the fuck I'm doing, as long as it's not hurting somebody else physically, severely, immediately. Anyway, I don't know how people became so demented or retarded. Mommy, daddy, abusive parent syndrome problem to think that they could be a public mommy, daddy terrorist. Here, drink liquor, but don't you dare eat cannabis. If you old ladies, you got cancer and that's a proven cancer helper, you grow that out in your yard, you're throwing you in a rape facility. Anyway, everybody knows better than that. There's nothing more disgraceful and shameful, and there's nothing that anyone will regret more than not fixing that. I don't know how people came so crazy to do this war on the pursuit of happiness, aka drugs, what they're defining as a molecule that makes you feel good, aka happy, pursuing happiness. That is the reason this land was built, is to pursue happiness. That's why my founding fathers splattered the intestines and the throats and the esophagus all over his buddy's mouth, and you know, right before he gets one to the chest, and oh, there goes his heart, and his friend just gets one in the knee and sits there for 2 days until the coyotes come in and get him. That's reality. And anyway, that's where I live. That's why I live ready to protect myself. Everybody should be. But you don't need this either. This is just because education is important. And this disengaging a robot is really important for step one of teaching it about what the animal kingdom is. Not a game. And anyway, I mean, some people think that it is, and they die in it. It's pretty straightforward reality. Oh, hey, you want to see something cool? I got in addition to this one, I got it. Well, never mind, actually. Let's see, what should I talk about for the last little bit? Yeah, the importance of revolutionizing the way the transportation system is. Oh, a global electric grid is really important that people work towards, so that, like on half the earth there's always solar light, well, the other half there's not. Well, the energy can be all on the same system. Granted, only limited amounts sent long distances in accordance with what's needed, but the long distance transmission efficiency significantly improves when silver is utilized instead of copper. And there are 17 trillion tons of silver on this planet, AI says, and 250 billion have been mined throughout all of human history. And there's 17.5 trillion. Anyway, so we've got enough silver that we could make 1-inch diameter super cable to make a totally physically connected international electric grid. Yeah, and I would actually even go below the surface, below the base of the sea. That's where I would build it. I would tunnel under the sea to connect it all, because it's less distance as you go farther and farther out on a circle to reach the same location. It requires more. Anyway, that's the other really cool thing about our planet, is it has the ability of being built into hundreds and hundreds of levels. So the planet is actually hundreds and hundreds of planets as far as living space for humans is required. You just got to build it correctly, and impenetrable printed structures, IPS, will absolutely do that. It is the innovation of using our oil resources for making sustainable, recyclable, reusable structures, aka buildings, homes, whatever it is, in a way that is long-lasting and eco-friendly, and people don't die, and we know there's going to be hurricanes, we know there's going to be tornadoes, so make the fucking homes capable of withstanding that. Otherwise that's basically murder of whoever that home's built for. Anyway, and it is by the definition manslaughter, and I'm grateful for Elon Musk fixing all that. It's and the fact that the DOJ supposedly tried to start attacking Elon about FSD. Anyway, that would have really, really quickly been taken care of in international criminal court, and every single individual behind that is unquestionably, I can absolutely computationally prove they are guilty of intentional manslaughter. Once they hear that, and that's murder, actually, intentional murder, but at minimum manslaughter. Spread that information. Gospel of EGOD. Love you, Doge family. Don't spread it if you do.